man. Cheers.
Give it a shot. Cheers.
Let's see if you like this one.
Holy Toledo.
Holy shit.
This is really smooth. Never been a big whiskey guy, but this one kind of turned me out.
We don't want to start talking about how you got turned out. Always brings us back to that day, those days where we had like all of our friends in the same space.
My printer was in a freaking closet, right?
Welcome to this episode of Bourbon of Proof, a series where we talk to those that made it at life and law, and we do it over a conversation and, more importantly, over bourbon.
Yeah.
So this episode we have on Downtown Eric Brown.
Downtown.
And Eric Brown, we're going to find out today what is your Bourbon of Proof, and I got some hot ass whiskeys here for you to sample today.
Let's do it.
All right, well, first we're gonna have alcohol because it's gonna help loosen you up because I know you're a very shy individual.
Oh yeah, very tight, right?
Well, speaking of tights, you played college football, weren't you? A tight end in Cal?
Not a tight end. Played.
Wait, let me do mine first.
Okay.
Dude, get out of here.
Okay. Played defensive back at UC Berkeley. It was fun, man. You know, played football my whole life actually, and. It was good times, man. Go Bears.
Yeah, so that was a good lead-in for you to say that how much you're working out and how tight your ass and jeans are. This is a perfect rolling joke for you, bro, and you blew it.
Dude, I'm trying, man. You know, 43 is it's
43 now, man.
43 is not easy.
Yeah, and
I
so,
try and keep it as tight as possible.
You know, so you're a trial lawyer. You travel the country trying, you know, asbestos, species thelioma cases, a lot of toxic torts, environmental cases, and dude, you got to be away from your family a bunch for those multiple week trials. But first, today we are drinking the Dalamar. This is the King Alexander III. So I know you were more of a peaty Scotch guy. I'm not, but this is supposed to be fantastic. This is a Highland single malt Scotch whiskey, and it's got a cool design on it.
Okay.
This has been sitting in my whiskey room on the top shelf, and I've been saving it for, not you, but I figure I'd let you try it.
Let's do it. Salute. That's actually pretty smooth.
It is pretty smooth, and I don't even like this kind of whiskey. This is good.
Scotch means it's from Scotland, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Bourbon meaning it's from America, from corn?
Yeah. What, you gonna take over the show now?
No, I just don't know much about this stuff, man. I'm a tequila
I just know
guy.
what I like, right? Like, I know I'm more of an American whiskey guy because I think that I like the way that it's made. A lot of rye, a little sweeter, a little stronger. This is just like, this one's smooth, but like one of the ones that you have here is peaty as shit.
Right. We can get into that in a minute, but I guess I got to go through this. This is really smooth. Never been a big whiskey guy, but this one kind of turned me out. And
we don't want to start talking about how you got turned out in college, but going back to college, man, we were talking before that started. We were listening to a little bit of hip hop and some Wu-Tang. I'm a strong believer that Method Man's #1.
Dude, Method Man's cool, but Raekwon, #1. Built for Cuban Links. I think it's been scientifically proven that Built for Cuban Links is probably one of the best hip hop albums ever. It's top 5. Source, Rolling Stone, I think it's legit.
So I think you watch too much Yo MTV Rap.
Dude, I used to as a kid, I would tape Yo MTV Raps and Rap City on BET and just watch the videos over and over again.
So when was this? What years? This had to be mid-90s, early 90s.
Probably late 80s, early 90s.
Shit, that was that long ago.
Yeah, when my mom would go to work and I was home for the summer or something. I remember just sitting at the couch, just like watching Yo MTV
This is
Raps.
VHS.
I had the actual tapes. Yeah, VHS.
God. Did you have the rewinder too?
I had everything. Yeah.
Oh, man.
Yeah, and I taped. I probably had 12 hours of like hip hop videotape.
I mean, so you were lucky enough, and I always was a lot envious of people that grew up in the 90s during the true hip hop, you know, like Tupac, Wu-Tang, like all these things that were going on.
Right, Biggie.
And I'm very disappointed, dude. I thought you were gonna come in boots, and I thought you were gonna be able to show off all your tattoos.
Give me a couple drinks, I'll show off my tattoos.
All right.
The boots, maybe next time.
So I actually do a lot of the grays and just like with my tattoos because that's more of an LA thing, right?
Right, dude. I growing up in LA, San Fernando Valley, heavily influenced by like street culture, Latino culture. I was always into the black and gray.
Yeah.
And I was always scared to get a tattoo because when I was young, I got my ears pierced and I keloided. I got a big old bump on my ear.
I'm a keloider too.
Are you serious?
Oh, dude, when I had shoulder surgery, a big keloid scar from knees from baseball, keloid. I can't avoid it, man.
Weren't you worried about your tats?
No, the tats didn't do that. Well, I mean, same thing. I thought I had the fear of it, and I got a small tattoo. Nothing ever happened.
So, yeah, that was my thing. I went all through high school, didn't get a tattoo. College, like all my buddies had tattoos.
Really?
And, you know, Berkeley, there's like a tattoo shop on every corner.
Really?
I was really tempted to get one, but I was like, I'm gonna keloid, and like I can't.
So speaking of Cal Berkeley, did you go into Cal? Because everybody says, you know, it's a super liberal place and stuff, and you're there playing football. You know, what was that culture like? First of all, what years were you there?
I was there 90. I went in there 95. Graduated and walked the stage in 2000.
Wow.
I'll put it to you like this: my first 2 weeks there was a naked protest around our dorm, where all the kids are like, "Oh my God, everybody's naked down there." It was a bunch of people that were protesting the fact that women can't go topless.
Wow, that's a good thing to protest. So were you like the "I'm going streaking" guy?
It was interesting. I mean, it was not what you might think it was. I don't think anybody was under the age of like 60.
Oh man.
But it was still interesting. That was my introduction to Berkeley, was the topless protest.
Cool. So tell me what you got. Finish that. Come on, man. You got to like hustle up, Butch. Let's do this. Okay. So what you got? What's the story? You know, I almost brought this when we were talking about this before because I know you love this shit.
Right. So, Connemara, and my neighbor Dan went to Ireland, and I was having a barbecue one day, and he's like, "Dude, I got this whiskey. You gotta taste it." I'm like, "I'm not much of a whiskey guy. Like, I'll try it, but whatever, dude." And he's like, "Just have it." So I had a glass, dude, and it was like the most amazing thing I've ever had. It completely turned me out, not in that way, but completely turned me out. It's like smoky, it's smooth, it's unlike anything I've ever tasted. So I wanted to
let's
share
do
it with you guys.
Let's do it. Yeah, man. So when do you think I mean, did you always know you were going to law school? I mean, you grew up in the Valley here, and like, what was that path for you?
The path for me was playing football. That's good, isn't it?
Well, I'm about to do it. But every guy I know that played football and then went to be a lawyer wanted to be a sport agent.
Exactly.
That's it?
Exactly. So I was playing football. Didn't exactly go according to plan.
See, I like that. It's so PD, man.
Don't you like it?
But this is what we drink on every St. Patty's Day. You know?
We just had St. Patty's Day. Did you?
Oh, hell yeah. This is what we opened up. We actually finished the bottle.
Really?
Yeah. This was just me and my dad. Actually, my Irish friend.
Oh my God, dude. You guys took care of a whole bottle?
The three of us did.
So football didn't go according to plan, man. I was really good, but it just didn't work out. So the next thing I was like, okay, I'll just be a sports agent. I had a couple guys my year that actually went first round. So I'm like, let me see if I can. But there was no way, right? I mean, Lee Steinberg was coming to our facility, right? He was coming to our facility, talking to the players, and you know, showing his face around. There was just really no way.
And Lee Steinberg was one they made Jerry Maguire after. Was the guy.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And then doing my research, it's like you're limited to like 3% of the player's salary, and so it's really, I was like, do I really want to do this? You
end up being a professional babysitter,
right?
Too.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So I was like, do I really want to do this? So I just said I'm gonna go to law school and just figure out the plan when I'm in law school.
Man. Yeah, like, so Lee Steinberg is a good example of someone that could never go on the show because he's like 20 years sober now or something crazy. So
that's true.
Yeah.
Right. But yeah, eventually I got into litigation, which was like the last thing I thought I was going to do, right?
Really?
Yeah.
Because you worked at Baird & Budd, which is a big national law firm.
Right.
Yeah.
So I started off, I was working for a guy named John Quisenberry.
Oh, I remember John Quisenberry.
Yeah, he had a big, so there was a firm called Quisenberry and Kabatak, Brian Kabatak. And they had just broken up, and John Quisenberry started his own firm. And they hired me. They liked me. They hired me. So I worked there doing insurance bad faith for like a year and a half, 2 years. Yeah. And then Baron and Bud came, and that was like multi, 5 or 6 offices around the country. Yeah. 150 plaintiffs lawyers. It was like the biggest firm in the country at the time.
They're still big in Texas, huge.
They're huge in Texas. They did a lot of layoffs. They did a lot of restructuring, but they're still pretty powerful. They're a big firm.
Yeah, so when did you started your own firm and really successful as a trial lawyer in at your firm. When did that go down?
I left Baron and Bud in 2010.
We were about the same time.
Yeah.
Because we were both at our same office together.
We were both doing our thing. Yeah, I remember we would both go out and network, and in fact, I remember that time we went to Gary Dordick's house. Remember that?
Oh my! That's when that was the first time I met Gary.
Me too.
Oh, really?
Yeah, we went for a fundraiser.
A fundraiser for a judge.
That was us.
I don't remember who the judge was.
I don't remember either, but that was us. We went together. Remember that?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
And it was I forget the fundraiser, but yeah, we went, and that was,
man.
At the time, Baron and Bud was trying to.
That was before 2010, though.
Oh, dude, it was like 06, 07. Baron and Bud was opening up a California office, trying to keep a California presence, expand the California presence, and I was heavily involved in like CAOC and CALA and trying to get in fundraising stuff.
You were on the CAOC, the lobbying board.
I was doing lobbying. I was on the board at large, a governors at large, I think, for CAOC for a while. Yeah, but then you get sucked in. I started my own practice in 2010. You just get sucked in, dude.
You don't have a lot of time.
Yeah, sucked in. Starting your own practice, building the business. Like you say, it's like starting. It's a startup, man.
You're doing a startup. People don't realize that, man. But a lot of shit goes into it. And you were the first one doing. We were just trying to figure out how to run cases, how to just practice law while starting your firm, and you started talking about how to make money outside of that, right? Right.
So my partner Patrick was pretty instrumental in this too. It's just like we started off, we were at the KB Home Building over on Wilshire and Westwood.
Oh yeah, I know that building.
Right across from the federal building.
High rises suck.
Yeah, it sucks, dude. But it was like, I think our first lease was like $4,500 a month, dude. It was like nothing.
Wolf.
Yeah, we had what we needed. It was great, but we started to expand, and then our lease became like $9,000 a month, right? So,
man,
we're like, why don't we just buy something, And I was a huge proponent of that, because why throw away money? Why give it to this high rise when you can keep it for yourself? I really wanted to move to Culver City, because Culver City was expanding. They had a lot of like industrial areas of Culver City.
Culver City's pretty priced right now.
Marina Del Rey was looking good, but my partner Patrick really wanted to move to the Arts District.
Bro.
And we hit it, dude. 2012, we got like 15,000 square feet.
Oh my God.
Of a warehouse, like a boat truss roof. I mean, it was fantastic. Used to be a grow house.
Really? Yeah. You should make it back into a grow house.
Seriously.
Dude, like they can't even, as soon as there's any warehouse type availability, these grows come in and just go, whoosh, right, pick it up. I remember the first time going into your office, and this is when I was renting a building. God, we were spending so much on that.
Over in Century City?
Yeah, dude, in Century
City. I remember that. Thank you, by the way, for renting out that office for me, because my partners, I left Baron and Bud in January of 2010. My partners didn't leave until June, so I had nowhere to go for 6 months. So
we were in the same office for 6 months. It was hilarious.
Yeah, I had a nice little office in the Simon Law Group building.
But that's what, like, I always bring us back to those days where we had like Dan O'Leary up there, Mike McLaughlin, you were there, Jake Glucksman, like all of our friends in the same space. Even we had our own independent firms at the time, and that was fun. So that's when we started Justice HQ. It was like, how cool would it be that everybody has more success to do this on steroids, or everybody's
my printer was in a freaking closet, right?
I fucking forgot about that.
My printer was in a closet, dude, but it was all good, man. I was happy.
And look at it now, dude. My printer is in my utility room next to my whiskey room.
Right.
That's what I do at home.
Exactly.
That's where I work
in your house.
But yeah, so you inspired me, because you were like, you bought your own building. I walked in there, I mean, roll up garage, park your car in there, and I was like, you have a fucking basketball hoop in here and all this shit. You guys are in gym shorts. What is this life?
Ping pong tables, dude. You know what inspired me was what's that show with Rob Dyrdek and Big Black?
Robin, Big and Rob.
Big and Rob.
Robin Big or Big and Rob? I don't remember.
It's
something
that,
like
that MTV show where they had that fun factory where they skateboard. I mean, I wanted to put a half pipe in there.
Were you a skateboarder too?
Still am, dude. Yeah.
Fuck.
Yeah, big time skateboarder.
You're such a California. Remember that old game, California Games for Nintendo?
No.
Oh, dude, we had this game. I mean, it's called California Games. I grew up in Pittsburgh, and like we always dream of California. So these were the sports they had: hacky sack,
right?
Half pipe, surfing.
Right.
There was like all these California, like frisbee.
Really?
I was like, dude, fucking California sounds awesome.
On Super Nintendo or regular Nintendo?
Regular Nintendo.
Okay. I don't remember that.
You're not an NES guy. What was your game?
Street Fighter.
Street Fighter?
Yeah.
You were probably a Blanca guy. Just sit there and hit the electricity button.
Guile or Ken?
You were Guile?
Yeah.
Ken and Ryu were, or no, Ryu and they were cheap. They were the ones.
They were like the equal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna pour you another one. So.
What you got?
This will probably be your bourbon of proof because this is 66% alcohol. So that's 132 proof. This one's hot. This is Alberta Premium.
Okay.
So this is from Canada. This is a cask Strength Rye. It did win like Whiskey of the Year. But look at this bottle, dude. Like, can you think of a more Canadian-looking bottle? Like, if you pick this off the shelf like that,
it's definitely Canadian.
Yeah. So we're just gonna do a little bit of lighter pour here because
this will something you can put in my car if I run out of gas.
Yeah, this will take you back to. If we give you a little bit more, the flux capacitor could run off of this. All right, man. Cheers.
Let's give it a shot. Cheers.
Let's see if you like this one.
Holy Toledo.
Holy shit.
Didn't he say something like Holy Toledo in that movie? Back to the Future?
I don't remember. Something like that.
That's hot, dude.
It's like when the Libyans came.
This is hot, man.
See, so I like high proof whiskeys that you don't really taste the proof of it.
Right.
This one you fucking taste.
This is a slap to the face, dude.
This is it.
But I can make it through.
Yeah.
We can do it.
This is like the shit they sell at during Mardi Gras. For like an extra $1 of a hurricane, you get the fucking like grain alcohol. This is like grain alcohol.
You know, this is nice. This is nice, man. I'm not a big whiskey guy, but this is really getting me into it, man. This is
yeah. See, this like the last one I'll show you, you'll get into whiskey.
Okay.
Like it is a different animal, but I saw your little paper bag over here, so I said, you know, we gotta bring you something Canadian.
We're gonna get into that in a
I
minute.
hope we do.
I feel real self-conscious, man. The last fellow you had, Charles Liu, from Scotland. I mean, he knew his shit, man. He had a Scotch bar. I mean, he was the owner of a few Scotch bars, and he was giving you like these 5-minute stories about each bottle. I was like, damn, how am I gonna follow that?
Yeah, but you know why they call the bar in our profession? You know why they call it the bar? Do you know this?
Is it because it's that bar that you have to walk through?
That's right. So once you're a lawyer, you can walk through that bar.
Right.
But you've actually crossed that bar more than most people actually trying cases.
True.
A lot people don't realize this, right? A lot of lawyers, most lawyers, 99.9%, never go into courtroom, never try a case.
Yeah.
You know that's true.
That's true. That's true.
So what's the most interesting place? I mean, you've been all over the country trying these toxic tort cases.
True.
What's the most interesting place or story you have from doing this?
One of the best part of my job as a toxic tort lawyer is you get to meet so many different people, and you get to travel to so many different states. And I've been to every crevice of this country, meeting clients, man, and you know, blue collar guys that build their houses from the ground up. And you get to represent real, just hardworking people,
Real
man.
Americans, man.
Yeah, their hands are like catcher's mitts, right?
Yeah.
Like you shake their hands and you just feel the calluses. And it's awesome, man. It's awesome. I've been to Philadelphia trying cases. I've been to Texas. I've been to San Francisco. I mean, all around the country, man. I was even slated for Louisiana at some point.
Wow.
But that didn't go through. But yeah, the toxic tort practice takes you all over the country, man.
Yeah, and I mean, so what you do is you're representing people that family members have died or they have a terminal illness due to an environmental toxic tort, right?
Right.
So most of what you do.
Right. You see people working in construction, people who are former veterans exposed to asbestos. They get terminal cancer from the exposure to asbestos. You see gardeners or farmers that now have cancer because of their exposure to Roundup, from the glyphosate and Roundup. I mean, that kind of stuff. Any environmental cancer that a hardworking person exposes themselves to just to earn a living, right? They want to earn a living, make ends meet for their family. Now they got cancer.
And you're going up against these huge fucking corporations.
Right.
Do you ever worry, because you're suing like these people that are multi-billion-dollar corporations that are mostly global? Do you ever worry about your like personal safety?
Oh
wow, you hesitated. You hesitated.
I mean, I've seen the movies. No, I don't worry about my personal safety, dude. I mean, wow, that's strong.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah.
After a few of those, you'll never worry about your personal safety.
Right now, I'm not worried about my personal safety.
We'll put a half pipe downstairs and just get after it.
I'm worried about my personal safety more with this than I am about... No, I don't, man. It doesn't even cross my mind, dude.
So you see these movies, like these John Grisham novels and movies.
Civil action, stuff like that.
Does shady shit like that go down? Like, is there documents burning?
So check this out. Last trial I was in Alameda County. 2-3 years ago, got a $6.8 million verdict for a guy that used some cement products. There was this kid in the back of the courtroom, and nobody else was in the courtroom, just that kid. And he was watching the trial.
Wow.
And on breaks, we talked to him. Hey, man, what's going on? Who are you? He's like, hey, I'm just a law school student here, you know, trying to learn about the law and see what trials are like. Oh, hey, man, nice to meet you. I'm Eric, whatever. Case goes on, and hey, man, what'd you think about that? You see my cross? It was pretty cool, right? Yeah, it was great, Eric, you know. A couple weeks into trial, we get we come to trial. There's a affidavit sitting on the desk. My name is blah blah blah. I've been sitting in the back of the courtroom for 3 weeks. I'm an attorney at blah blah blah. We are national counsel for that defendant, and I personally overheard the jurors talking about the case in the elevator.
What a piece of shit.
Can you believe that?
What a piece of shit. They intentionally try to cause a mistrial. Right. That's fucked up, man.
So you see shit like that.
Yeah. And that's a dirty underbelly. Like, people don't realize when you're fighting for the consumer, they don't have the financial backing to, one, do it, and two, the clout to pull that shady shit. And sometimes it goes on, you never even know.
Right.
Because they get into people's heads and bank accounts. And
that was so fucked up, though. I mean, we were talking to the kid. I thought he was a true law student, man. I was just like, all right, let me be nice to you. And
see, the funny thing is, if you went and reported that to the state bar of this, I mean, that's the most unethical fraud shit you could think of. One of them. State bar won't do shit. Not gonna do anything.
I told the judge, I'm like, Your Honor, he's one of them. I mean, he literally told me he was a law student, and that he's putting himself in with the jury to, like, you know, hear things, whatever. Exactly. But
my lord. So show us what's in the bag. What's in the bag?
So, one might think this is a little ghetto, right? But Crown Royal, this is the Crown Royal Reserve that actually won Whiskey of the Year in 2016.
Nice.
Right, so I wanted to bring this to you because it's decent.
Dude, this is a go-to. I'm at a bar, like, give me some Crown.
Right.
Another Canadian. Why is this not a purple bag, man? So I'm not used to this.
I didn't want to go that hood on you. I wanted just to go beige bag on you.
Beige bag.
It's a good staple, man.
It's like Scarecrow from Batman. Just this fucking beige bag over your head. Go nuts.
People underestimate this, but this is a good staple, man. It's good. It won Whiskey of the Year, and don't laugh at it, man, because it does the trick.
I'm not laughing?
Yeah, it does the trick.
I just have a perma smile on my face. I don't know why, but it's fine.
Just let me keep the bag so I can put some stuff in it.
But you're gonna put soap and beat me so there's no bruises?
I'm gonna put, like, I think people use it for, like, money, for, like, coins and stuff, don't they?
What? Yeah, if we put some coins in here. How about some Doja coin or Bitcoin? Do you do any of that shit?
Nah, dude.
I don't either. I don't understand it.
I don't get it. I know it's going up, and I want to be involved, but I just...
One of my friends, dude, I was with my friend Eric Bailey last week, and he's heavy into, like, the Bitcoin.
Mm-hmm.
And the dude told me that whatever he bought, doesn't matter, whatever it's worth right now is almost $1 million for where he is. It's freaking insane.
Wow.
Dude, I mean, he's just like, it's the best investment you could ever have. And I still don't get it. It sounds cool. Like, I almost want a coin, just be like, got a coin. Don't know what to do with it. Put it in that bag. Shake it up.
I think 1 Bitcoin right now is worth like $60,000.
So he has 100 Bitcoin, he told me.
It's a shit ton of money.
Yeah.
I don't know how much it is, but is it okay to curse? Because I probably dropped a few F-bombs.
I think it's okay to curse here. You just can't do certain things. You got to keep your shirt on, Eric, please. We don't want to. This is, I guess, how will we rate this show?
Like, I mean, NC-17?
No, we don't want the SSC. That's strong sexual content. So that's how, you know, you used to tell me, if you put out a movie on Cinemax, if it didn't have the SSC, you weren't going to watch it.
That's probably true.
That's not true, but I just want to throw it.
This is probably, it's probably PG-13, maybe R.
You don't want a hard R, though. This is probably PG-13. No, with PG-13, I think the rule is you get 1 F-bomb.
Okay.
You ever watch those movies and if they're PG-13, they use the 1?
They use the 1 F-bomb?
And you see where it is. It's like, oh, that was it? That's where you use it? Or sometimes like, oh, that was good. So I've tried cases out of state Arizona, federal court. I'm supposed to get out in Iowa and talk about like some fucked up shit. So they had a lot of appointees as a judge recently.
Right.
And we were set to go to trial, ready to go. And one of the Supreme Court justices in Iowa had died, so there was a new appointment.
Right.
And all of a sudden, defendants or a huge corporation appeal, something that they already lost on, appeal again. And all of a sudden, the new court wants to hear it.
Oh, interesting.
Yes, the new court hears it and says F you to the family whose breadwinner died in a farming accident. Right? This shit happens all the time. This is why it's so important to be political and make sure that the right judges get appointed for the people. This is shit you've done. Right?
Can I tell you about the wrong judge being on the
Dude,
right
let's
case?
fucking hear it.
Okay. Me and my co-counsel, who, by the way, mentor of mine, fantastic trial lawyer, one of the best trial lawyers I've ever seen.
I love Crown, dude. It's so
right?
Good. Yeah.
My mentor, right, taught me 90% of what I know about trying cases. We go to Philadelphia, trying cases out there. We're getting hometown, right? And you know Pennsylvania, right?
Yeah.
The judge went to Catholic school with the defense counsel. Their nieces know each other from Catholic school. It's just one of those deals. So we're at trial. 90% of the time is spent talking about Catholic school and how they all know each other, right? So John Langdale, great trial lawyer, pushing the envelope with the judge, and the judge is not feeling it, right? And the judge warns him a couple of times, you're pushing the envelope here, and as an officer of the court, as the judge, please respect the rules, however unfair they might be, right? Because he was hometowning us, right? Respect the rules. In closing, right?
So in Pennsylvania, you can't even say a number for general damages. It's weird. Oh, is this where this is going? Fuck, dude, a lot of people don't realize this because, you know, in California, the jurisdiction, you can say, you know, this is what the harm is worth for pain and suffering. Do this for a year. You can't do it in Pennsylvania.
So here's the deal. There's a law in Philadelphia, in Pennsylvania, that says I can't tell you exactly how much to ask for.
No.
But I can tell you.
And you have to be sitting there like,
the plaintiff, right? I'm sitting here like, is he going to do it? He says, the plaintiff has lost out on 5.5 million breaths.
Why?
Defense counsel gets up, objection. The judge is like, sustained, come over here. And the judge calls a sidebar. Grants a mistrial. And then sends counsel back to the chair and continues just to read us the riot act. You've been pushing the envelope for weeks. You don't listen to the rules. I find you in contempt of court. Sheriff, take the prisoner away.
No! Your mentor fucking in cuffs in Philadelphia.
Right.
What are you doing? You're probably a little weenie just sitting there like.
Right.
That's what happened.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Wow. So then what happened? Did they put him in jail?
I don't know. It was more of an exercise than anything.
Dude, that's outrageous behavior.
Yeah, we got out and I think we finished things up, but it's crazy, man.
So did they settle after that? Because they were. I mean, you probably put on a show for trial. They're probably so afraid of what they saw.
I think so. I think at that point, it was probably after a year. I had already left, and yeah.
So that's the one thing like we teach all of our trial lawyers, man, is like, I'm a big fan. I've never 0 times been overturned on appeal or new trial motion. 0. Like you gotta play by the rules, protect the record. A lot of judges make up some fucking crazy of their own rules. Play the hand you're dealt. I'm a big believer, you know, when they tell you no, you can do it once more, but that's it. And that's it. Too many people over, like, they just think, oh, I got this huge verdict. Bro, you're gonna get it taken away.
Right.
There's some of these great trial lawyers, all their verdicts get taken away. Yeah, I can win if I get up there and cheat and say this shit. Everybody can.
Right.
Whatever, man. So give me actually, I want to go to yours because I want to save this one for last because I brought you a good one that I think. Do you like whiskey, or I want to get you into whiskey?
You want to go to my Japan?
You took me all over the world.
Hold on, let me knock.
You know, this is like where in the world is Carmen Sandiego game. Like we got Ireland, you got Japan, Canada. I just brought Utah, Canada. Oh, actually, you're in Scotland.
All right, let me knock this down real quick. Okay. I'm taking you to Japan. This is Suntory. So, ever since Connemara turned me out, I've just been looking for.
By the way, you gotta find a different word than "turn me out" every time you talk about a whiskey.
Ever since Connemara turned me out, man, I've been looking for nice, smooth whiskeys, and Suntory has proven itself to be pretty smooth, pretty nice, peaty a little bit, but smooth. So, if you don't mind.
So they try like a lot of the Japanese whiskeys, and I've had a lot of the better, like the ones they say are the best, but they just distill it a little differently, or not distill, but they age it a little differently. So I think they do this. They used to do these in a lot of Japanese in like steel, like barrels, something weird.
No idea.
You know?
No idea.
All right, color me up.
But take some.
Yeah. Holy shit. Man.
So.
Yeah, look how, I mean, see how much like lighter this is than the last ones we were drinking?
Yeah.
See? Because the oak and the other ones make it a little darker.
So with your out-of-state cases, do you get to meet with your clients and get to know your clients that live in different states?
Yes, but in cluster. So a big fan of when I'm representing somebody, I need to love them.
Of course.
And I love most people. Like I'm a big human. Like I love everybody that I meet. I'm just weird like that.
Well, if you don't,
but I hate you. But if I don't like somebody, if I don't find their hook, I can't represent them, man.
Well, if you don't like your clients, I think the jury's gonna figure that out.
Well, no, because especially guys like us, like we're gregarious people. We go to the bar, talk about it, love them. But I can think of a few cases where I fucking hated my client. I'm like, we're not gonna do this.
You can't take it to trial, right?
Can't take it to trial. But I have one's out of state, like, but one in Iowa, I love the family. We were on their farm, we spent a few days there with them together. We did it in clusters, and just love them. And by the way, when I was there in Iowa, this is like 2 weeks after their dad died. And one of our attorneys is family with them, so we were out there right away. There was advertisements in the mail from LA attorneys. Outrageous, and I knew one of them.
Wow.
And I was like, I took a picture of it, and I called this dude who actually went to law school with this guy.
Really?
And I was like, oh yeah, I'll tell you later.
Okay.
And I was like, bro, why the
I think I know, actually.
Yeah, you probably do. I was like, why the fuck? Are you trying to poach my clients? Why the fuck do you have stuff there?
Yeah. They
must find out where like people die across the nation and like send them gifts. Outrageous.
That's crazy.
Yeah. But no, that's what look, man, I grew up very blue collar, so it's very, like, I like to learn their story, and I can feel a lot of what people are going through. If you're hurt and can't work, it's easy hook for me. I mean, if you ever represented somebody that you fucking hated, I mean, there has to be a story, dude.
Well, I'll tell you this, man. I tend to relate to everybody that I've represented, right? There's got to be something that you can relate to.
Yep. Find that hook. Always find that hook.
One story that really comes out when you say that is, I was in Missouri, and there was a client of mine.
Show me state.
There was a client of mine. I went down and was talking to the guy. Right, it was him and his daughter-in-law. Talking to the guy, and he's not really like, he was an older guy, right? Old blue collar worker, probably in his 80s. not really like looking at me in the eye, right? And like, this guy, I can't get his attention, right? And talking to him, and he's just not like, he's not messing with me, dude. I don't know what the deal is. He's not like giving me any love. I'm like, I'm thinking to myself, I'm here to like help you. I wanna help.
I think he might have been like an Old Dirty Bastard fan of the Wu-Tang. That's probably the reason.
I don't know, man. But I'm just sitting there like, look, I'm trying to help you. Let's prep for your deposition. Your deposition's in 2 days. Like, let's do this. And I couldn't get like his full attention.
Wow.
So his son pulls me outside and he's like, look, dude. He's like, my dad's old school. He's in his 80s. He grew up in Missouri. He's like, he's not messing with you because you're black.
What?
Yeah.
Dude, that's fucked up.
Yeah.
I mean, how many races do you think you could pull off, by the way?
I'd be a good CIA guy.
Yeah, right? Because it'd be like, you could show up in like the Middle East, you could show up like in Japan, like, well, we don't know. Like, this guy's very ambiguous.
I could get Middle Eastern, I can get
I
Mediterranean, I could get a lot of things.
But
yeah.
How did you deal with that, man?
You know what? I don't take it personally, man.
Really?
It's the guy's, he is what he is, man. He's born and raised in a certain time, and that's how they thought.
Fuck.
And so I sent another one of the lawyers out to take care of it, you know, to handle the case.
Man. See, I don't know if I could have done it.
Yeah, it was tough, man. It was tough. Went out there to Missouri, and so I need to go back to Missouri to get a better sense of Missouri, because right now I'm kind of mad at Missouri.
I mean, you got to get down. I mean, the urban areas are different, right? So,
right. St. Louis.
Yeah.
I actually went back.
St. Louis.
I actually went back. I went back to the St. Louis area for another client. It was pretty good. But yeah, I got to go back to like wherever that guy was at.
Man, I just got to imagine I mean, how hard is for you to go to like the Southeast United States in general? You talking about like that trial you had in Louisiana?
Mm-hmm. Well, it was an almost trial, but
still, like, do you ever have that reservation in your head? I mean, we got a bunch of fucking rednecks. What are they gonna think about me?
My wife worries about that more than I do.
Really?
My wife is from El Salvador,
yeah.
Which explains my high blood pressure.
Dude, that's lowered because we got to get to. Actually, we did all yours.
I think we did all mine. Yeah.
I'm gonna lower your blood pressure by at least. I don't know how they measure that shit, but it'll be lower.
I don't know.
Or higher.
Hopefully lower. My wife worries about that more than I do.
Really?
There have been times. One of my favorite clients is a guy named Mr. Maples from Wichita Falls, Texas, which is about an hour and a half north of Dallas. I don't know that they've had interactions with many black people.
Really?
But man, what a great family, dude. What a great fucking family.
See, that's the personal connection you need.
Right.
Right? Because that's all you want to do.
Right. And they didn't know what to make of me. Mr. Maples told me before he died, he's like, I didn't know if you were Italian, if you were whatever, but you're a good dude. And that's all that matters, man.
I think there's more of that in America than people think. We see the ugly underbelly of a lot of different shit because we're the silent majority. You're the fucking vocal minority. These assholes that say all this shit. I'm a strong believer of that, but it takes people to meet other folk to understand.
Right. Have you heard about that dude that goes around? He's a jazz musician. He goes around and he converts Ku Klux Klan members.
What?
He takes them and he brings them out of the Klan.
What?
Yes, dude. Look him up. I don't know his name. He's a guy he intentionally seeks out Klan guys and tries to convert them out of the Klan.
Wow.
Yeah. He's done a good job. I think he's taken probably 50 or 60 guys out of the Klan, and yeah.
Man.
Yeah. But that was the experience I had with him. It was just like, I don't think he's had that many experiences with guys with dark skin. Did you ever
think about doing like a documentary series on the clients? And a lot of yours are representing people that already died or people that are terminal, but telling the stories of your clients. Like, I would be fascinated. Like, they tell these, what's the one, the Rainmaker that they have with Danny DeVito, and Matt, what's his fucking name?
Matt Damon.
Yeah. I mean, that's one story.
Right.
But imagine just doing like real stories about you being able to help these people.
Thought about it. I mean,
Why don't you fucking do it?
the clients are great, dude. Clients are the best part of the job. They're so awesome. It's the best. I mean, when I say I've been to every crevice of the country, I've literally been to every crevice of the country. I mean, you name it, I've been there. Yeah. And there's a client behind it, man, just with a story.
Cool. All right. Yeah. It's
You tell me I have to drink.
Because I saved you the best for last. This is, again, a bottle you can get under $100 or under when they pull it out.
Right.
This is a Midwinter's Night's Dram, and I know you're a fan of poetry.
Got it.
You're a poetic man.
Absolutely.
So they take, this is a High West product, and they take this, the double rye, which is one of my favorite whiskeys. You can get it for $40. But they take the last, I think, 6 months, and they put it in port barrels.
Okay.
So you get American whiskey, all rye, in a port barrel, and they do different, like this is Act 6, Scene 4. So it depends on the barrel. So people collect one. So they always say, I think Act 4 is supposed to be known as like the best barrel that they pulled off of. This is Act 6, Scene 4.
Got it.
Take 2, Eric Brown.
Do it.
See how dark that is compared to the last one we did?
I do.
Yeah. That's the port pouring into it. Speaking of port, you ever been to Portugal?
Never been to Portugal, man.
It's pretty cool.
Yeah, I hear it's great.
Oh man, you're gonna love this shit. This will turn you on to whiskey.
It smells pretty strong.
Just taste it. Goddamn. This guy always leading with his nose. That was your problem in football. This guy lead with his head.
Right.
You've been like that headhunter at Arizona Cardinals.
Coach said, "Stop leading with your nose."
Yeah, it gets you in trouble with football and life.
So you still playing baseball?
Oh my God, I love this one. No, I stopped playing a couple years ago. But it's one of those things I constantly think about getting back there. And it's more I miss the guys and the camaraderie of it than anything. Like I'm a big believer. We were talking, like your daughter's now 12. playing softball. Like
travel softball.
The team sports for me is the one thing that I think will save the next generation. It's the one time you're in this collective where you need everybody to work together.
Right.
You don't have to deal with the fucking social media and all this other things kids have to worry about.
Well, tell me what you think, dude, because you've got a 4-year-old, right?
Yeah.
And I've got a 12-year-old. And right now it's, how
old is your other one?
5.
5. Good ages, man.
And it's, she's fantastic, but it's a challenge a little bit, What do you think about your 4-year-old? Are you looking forward to the 12th?
I don't know. Every day is better than the last day with her. It's hilarious. Oh my God, I might cry if I tell the story what happened last night. Fuck, don't cry, Bob.
Do it. Do it.
I'm starting to tear up whenever I think about it.
Do it.
So whatever was Siblings Day. God, I'm fucking crying already.
Siblings Day.
Siblings Day. So I posted a picture of me, my brothers and sisters, and my twin brother and I graduated from high school.
I saw that.
Yeah, so I'm showing my daughter photos, and she's like, "What is that?" And I explain. I talk to her like she's an adult. Like, we graduated from high school. We're going to college. What's college? And I tell her, like, we leave, you go off and you live with other people you're going to college with. There's like your teachers, and your teachers you learn, you do stuff, you live in another city, or maybe you're close by. Whatever. Think nothing of it. We tell the rest of our stories before she goes to bed. This was Friday night. We're shooting this on a Wednesday. So last night, Tuesday night. She goes to bed. Wife and I sitting there watching some Real Housewives of some bullshit, which I secretly love. Do you like that shit, by the way?
No.
Oh man, it's hilarious.
Actually, I used to watch New York back when it first started.
That's my least favorite.
When it first started, but now it's gotten too crazy.
So she comes into our room, running in, crying, and she's like, "Daddy, I don't want to go to college." I was like, "Oh no." And my wife was sitting there. I was like, "Why do you want to college?" She goes, "I'll miss you guys. I don't want to leave." Dude, so I'm gonna start crying. That's what happened last night. Yeah, and she was like, "Can I stay in here for a little bit because I don't want to go to college?" Like, she thought about this for how many days was on her mind.
Right.
And she was sitting there by herself and just thinking about, I don't want to go to college. Yeah, but that's the innocence of a 4-year-old. And she just turned 4, And she's our adopted child. So we talked about tattoos. So we adopted first. We tried everything to get pregnant. But her birth dad is a tattoo artist. So he did this whole tattoo for me 2 days after she was born.
Wow. Remington.
Yeah, so we all agreed on the name. and this is her footprint, but he did this whole thing. Like,
that's actually her footprint. That's the
that's
size
her
of her
actual
foot.
footprint when she was born. She was a little.
Wow.
And he did this whole, like, because she was born up in Seattle.
Okay.
Like outside of Seattle, like Tacoma Mountains. And then that's what they did.
When did
So
you
good
get
story.
your first- when was your first tattoo?
A day after I turned 18. And my grandmother tried to rub that off with like a wire brush.
Really?
My Irish grandmother. It was a Superman sign.
Was she pissed?
She was pissed.
So
Yeah.
18, that was what? That was,
1998.
wow.
Maybe
I've known you for a long time, dude.
Yeah.
And you're a good dude, man. You're a good dude.
Sometimes.
You do your clients very well, man. You're very well.
But I'm a big believer in one theory. Do well by others, you'll do well by yourself.
That's true.
Always.
That's true.
I was saying this, like, you can get rich thinking about yourself always. But I do think you get wealthy thinking about others always.
That's
Right?
true.
Right?
Right?
If you put if you think making other people's lives better all the time, I think you'll be a better person.
I agree.
Overall.
I agree.
Because people see wealth different ways. Oh,
It's
I'm
not.
gonna end on this because we're out. Like, we've been going on because this was good. But I want to ask you, how do you, Eric, downtown Eric Brown? I love calling you that, man. From like Julie Brown back in the MTV days, but I just love it. Downtown Eric Brown. How do you define wealth?
What makes you happy, man?
Yeah.
What makes you happy? Are you happy with what you're doing, with your work, with your family? You know, what drives you every day? What gets you up in the morning?
Mm-hmm.
Do you like to go to work? Do you love your family? Do you love yourself? If so, then you're wealthy, man.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter if you're a lawyer, if you're a, you know, if you work at Bloomingdale's, it doesn't matter.
Doesn't
Who cares? If you're happy with yourself and your family, it's all good.
And people lose sight of like the importance of that wealth.
Right.
And the first, like, I mentor a lot of lawyers, a lot of people, and I always just start with, what will make you happy? Like, how do you define your happiness? And if they can't have a path to get to that happiness, then what are you doing?
It's definitely not money. Definitely not money.
It's never money. So my dad always says to me, UPS truck driver for 35 years.
Your dad's awesome, by the way.
He's the best dude ever. So he would say to me, like, the most important thing in life is free time with your family.
That's right.
And if you can find a way to not stress about anything else while you have your free time with your family and maximize it, nothing else matters. True.
You gonna get your daughter to play softball?
She will do whatever the fuck she wants to do. You know, it's funny. She's a freaking performer. Like, we had people over the house this weekend, a bunch of little kids she never even met before, and she just goes upstairs. She goes, "Everybody be quiet." She put on an Elsa dress by herself. Wow. She just turned 4. "Everyone be quiet." We turned and she goes, "I'm going to perform." I said, "Go ahead and perform."
Let it go.
She goes, "Let it go." And she did this whole performance. At the end, she just like slams this door, and all these strangers she never met just starts clapping. That's her. So
That's awesome, dude.
yeah. I asked her the other day, like, what do you want? I asked her, what do you want to do? And then she told me she wants to like do dance and acting stuff. I said, all right, that's what you want to do.
Are you excited for the preteen, tween stage?
No. Nope. 'Cause I was a preteen and a teen, and I know what we think of as preteen and teens. Not fucking excited.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's my dad says, sharpen the fucking shotgun because there'll be 12 eventually.
Right. I'm going through that right now, man.
So Eric, I gotta take. Which was your favorite out of all of these? Because I want to find out your bourbon of proof here, bro.
I gotta tell you, my bourbon.
Don't pick yours. Don't fucking pick yours.
Okay. Don't pick mine.
Can't pick yours.
I gotta pick yours.
No, you can pick anyone but mine, but not the one that we all know that you fucking like. You'd be like, oh, I like this.
I can't go Connemara.
No, because you like this. You know it's your favorite. This is my favorite. I brought it.
Well, aside from Connemara.
Can I guess first?
Yes.
I will say you like this.
Yeah,
one.
I think that's right.
Yeah.
It was smooth.
Yeah.
It was nice. Wasn't too powerful.
Mm-hmm.
It was good.
I'm actually a big fan of this one. So.
Yeah, it was nice and smooth and nice. I don't like anything that slapped me in the face.
Mm-hmm.
That was good.
This not only slap you in the face, this will put you on the floor.
That I can put in my car if I need some gas to go home.
And your wife will hold your hair back.
Absolutely.
But you don't have hair.
What hair? Yeah, that's another story.
For another time. Downtown Eric Brown, dude, thanks for coming on. Good friend for a long time. Fantastic trial lawyer. And I always respected dudes that go across the country to fuck shit up. So
fuck it up.
Yeah, man. Cheers, bro.
Cheers, dude. Thanks for having me, man. Congratulations to you and all your success as well.
Blah, 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 blah.
Man, we're doing 2 whiskeys next time because I forgot this is fucking 6.
Oh my god, are you serious right now?